What's going on, guys? My name is Frito, also known as the self-proclaimed king of duel commentaries, and today is going to be a duel with my friend Herder of Buffalo, and we're going to be talking about Black Ops 2, specifically the Scorestreaks, because we believe that they're going to be a large game-changing force from the previous COD games. Specifically, we're worried about how they're going to balance numerically and what they're going to do interdependently. I'm making up big words just to confuse you all. Maybe Herder of Buffalo can explain more.
Well, maybe my vocabulary will be a little bit more basic, so hopefully you'll be able to understand me. But of course, there is always these game-changing things. Whenever a game is about to come out, that we sit here as the viewers and those that are anticipating this new game, and we think, how is this going to pan out? How is this going to work? And of course, this whole new idea of the Scorestreaks is going to be, like Frito said, a game-changing event in this game. Whether or not it's going to be a success, we don't know. I tend to be more of a pessimist, and I think Frito tends to sit on the fence a little bit more, but I don't want to speak for him. But I've got a lot of views on this Scorestreak, so let's get right into this dual commentary. Frito, set it up, buddy.
Well, first of all, for those of you at home who have not done immense amount of research, scanned 99.9% of all articles and videos on the internet on Black Ops 2, let me break down quickly the basis of what the Scorestreak system will be like. So every scoring event will add towards your score streak. Now, there's no support, there's no dying and continuing a streak, that's all gone. Specialist is gone. It's all assault style. But what you're going to need to do is get enough points, or rather score, to equal a certain item, so a score streak. For instance, a UAV right now at Gamescom was worth 375, and certain other scoring events, for instance, a domination kill that is not by an objective is just worth 50, defend is worth 100, and capping a flag is worth 200. All of these numbers, including the cost of the score streaks, the amount of score you're able to get per event, all of that is changeable. And in fact, David Vonderhaar did say that he changed it 3 times since Gamescom itself, so we don't really know what the parameters are, but we understand the basis of it. Personally, I lean towards loving this idea because I've always wanted objective players to be rewarded more. However, in everything in Call of Duty, you always have to think how the community is going to bastardize this situation and screw it as much as possible like a dirty whore and turn it into something it wasn't intended to be. Herder Buffalo, do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, I'm going to use an example of, say we've got a 6v6 or a 9v9 game of domination, and say we're taking, for instance, that a UAV is going to be 375 points, and a flag cap is going to be 200 points. What is to say that each and every player is going to run to that A flag, cap the A flag, that's 200 points, then all of them run round straight to B flag, and cap that flag as well. That is immediately 400 points, which, with the Scorestreak system, equals a UAV. That, for me, means that 6 players, or 9 players, regardless of how many run there and do it, there is going to be 6 UAVs right in the air straight off the gate. And, you know, this for me, like we've seen in MW3 with all the, you know, kill whoring with the overpowered guns and all of this random shit with specialists, this for me could make the Scorestreak system a game-breaking design and a game-breaking, like, entity within the game. But, you know, hopefully this won't happen. As we know, there is always these people within this community which do these things to order, you know, to try to ruin the game for other people and make the game as beneficial, kill-whore-wise as possible. But hopefully this doesn't happen. But this whole thing with the UAV, if it is going to be that easy to pick up a UAV, once again, the UAV is going to be considered overpowered. Hopefully this doesn't happen. And like I said at the start of this dual comm, I'm more of a pessimist. I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think this whole idea is going to be implemented into the, you know, the average player's game. But when you do have these full parties playing games like MW3, you always see this happening. You always see the, you know, the spawn trapping and all that random stuff. And I think this whole UAV killstreak, scorestreak thing, this could possibly happen and could potentially ruin Black Ops 2 before it even begins. That's just my view.
Well, why don't we dig into the dynamic of the UAV then? So far, what we do know about it is that when your teammates get kills when your UAV is up, you're going to get assist points for that event. Right now, it seemed to me, if I remember correctly, that the number is set at 15 points. So that would mean every assist you get while your UAV is up, you are scoring 15 points. Now, a lot of people have already speculated on this, worried about how it's going to pan out. Personally, I think that they are blowing out of proportion a bit, because if you do the math, you're going to need about 6 to 7 kills. Your teammates will need 6 or 7 kills while your UAV is up, and you're not allowed to die during that time, in order for you to even equal 1 free kill. Now, that is still 1 free kill worth a score that you weren't going to have to get otherwise, but it's not a huge problem in my eyes. But then again, it's all going to depend how these individual entities work when the entire community has their hands on the game.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there, and like you said, realistically looking at this, how many assists do we get in an average game of Call of Duty? Not that many, and like you said with the math, if it's 15 points per assist, this is going to accumulate to pretty much nothing, and you're going to have to get, like, I think it's, my maths is terrible, like 7 or 8 kills before you even get to 1 kill worth of score streak points with these assists. So hopefully, like Frito said, this whole UAV assist thing for your whole team, it's not going to be that much of a problem. Like we said, we've done the math, it shouldn't be a problem, but fingers crossed. Anything else on the score streaks?
Well, maybe I'll just add in a little bit first on the way the Ghost is now. Everybody knows that you have to continuously be moving. That's another thing that's tunable, which means is they're totally powerful enough to balance the amount of movement necessary in order to not show up on the UAV while wearing Ghost. That's completely patchable. So we don't really know the power of Ghost, because you got to remember, whenever one entity is empowered, that makes its counter even more powerful. But in this instance, since Ghost is taking a big hit, that it isn't invincibility from the UAV, it's only an ability to stay off the UAV while moving, that means the UAV now has even 2 added benefits in Black Ops 2. Personally, I don't really mind UAV spam, but a lot of people hate it.
Personally for me, UAV spam isn't a big thing. It's when you've got these big teams, and I'm going to mention this a lot if we keep doing these dual commentaries. When I'm playing against a full party, or when I see people playing in a full party, it is this constant spam of kill streaks for me which ruins it, because the other team, regardless of how good they are, there may be 1 or 2 decent players in there, and I use decent as a loose term, that they have no chance, simply because these teams are working together. I don't know if there's going to be ballistic vests in Black Ops 2, I don't know if you can lighten us on that, and then I can continue my point. Is there going to be vests?
No.
No vests. Okay, well that's not
Thunder
gonna be...
actually wanted vest instead of RCX decar. That's a fun little fact for you. But no, there's not going to. And Von's response to that actually was that the RCXD has to stay in Black Ops 2 because it's part of their fiction that they're trying to create, whatever the hell that means.
Okay, that's another thing. If RCXD is the same score point streak as a UAV, how do you think that's going to pan out? Do you think people are going to rather use that RCXD just because it's fun and little kids want to, run around with a remote control car? Or is it going to be the UAV that's the problem? What do you think? What are they going to use?
Well, actually, this is something we're going to have to explain. I don't know the exact score, and again, it can be changed anyway, so it's irrelevant. But the way these score streaks work, there can be multiple score streaks at a similar score level, if that makes any sense. So what I'm saying is, you can have the UAV be 375, and an RC car could be 400. Gone are the days where it's like 3 kills, 4 kills, those big distinctions. Now you're able to put multiple score streaks in a similar location. So in fact, one scoring event might actually net you three of your score streaks at a time, if that makes any sense. I'm talking in circles. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
So,
carry on.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't necessarily have to equal a UAV, but it can be close to it, like 425, 450, but that's still kind of close. So it kind of depends, and luckily it's all balanceable. It all really depends on how powerful the RC car is in itself. I didn't really mind it in Black Ops 1 after they nerfed it, but I don't just play TDM, so it's kind of a different scenario for me.
Yeah, true. And you use the word there, balance. It's a word that we all like to use. It's a word that we all like to, have optimism about and anticipate it for. But hopefully I'm going to use the example that we spoke about before with MW2, the attack helicopter, or the Harrier strike. Which one are you guys going to pick? I know every single day of the week, Harrier, AC-130 nuke. That is the way it went. Hopefully, with the score streaks in Black Ops 2, each and every one of them will be able to be utilized in its own right. Each and every one will have a benefit, and of course, you wouldn't go and use an attack helicopter in MW2. You'd be a fool, because you wouldn't get the same benefits as you would if you use a Harrier strike. So like you say, with the interchangeable point streak that you can actually get, hopefully this means that each and every kill streak will have its benefit for you and its team. That's most of my thoughts on score streaks, if I'm honest, Frito.
Alright, I think we pretty much covered all the big topics on score streaks. That's all I have to say. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, this dual commentary. Please go subscribe to each one of our channels. We do a lot of good stuff, especially Herder Buffalo. He's awesome. He's my favorite British guy in the entire world.
Aw, he's such a cute little man. Oh, Frito, I love you. But anyway, enough homo. Let's end this here. You want to do an outro?
I don't do outros.
He doesn't do frickin' outros, but I do outros, guys. So first of all, I want to say thank you, Thunder. We love you. In a girl's little voice. But thank you very much for watching this, guys. If you have enjoyed this and you're excited for Black Ops 2, let me, let Fredo, and of course let Thunder know in the comment section. We'd love to know what your thoughts are on the Scorestreaks system, and hopefully we'll be back with more stuff for you guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.